There is a god that's bigger than Kratos. Reacher's Paulie actor calls on Amazon to cast him in the live-action God of War show. The God of War franchise continues to be a major piece of IP for Sony and PlayStation. The first game, developed by Santa Monica Studio, was released back in 2005, kickstarting a franchise that continues to this day. The earlier games explore Greek mythology through Kratos, a Spartan warrior who pursues vengeance against Ares and the gods of Olympus after the murder of his family. Later installments, including the most recent game, God of War, Ragnarok, has Kratos instead meeting with figures of Norse mythology in the realm of Midgard. Olivier Richters, who plays the hulking bodyguard Paulie in Reacher, reveals several of his dream roles. Richters, who is also known as the Dutch Giant, joined the small-screen adaptation of Lee Child's Jack Reacher novels in Season 3, where he serves as a major villain and one of the biggest threats to Alan Ritchson's Jack Reacher. He has been a pivotal addition to Reacher's cast in Season 3 of the hit Prime Video series. While talking with Screen Rant, Richters reveals his dream roles after playing a villain in Reacher. The actor admitted that once he heard about Prime Video's God of War television adaptation based on PlayStation's popular mythology-themed video game, he wanted to be in it and asked his agent to help him pursue the opportunity now that he has a relationship with Prime Video. Check out his comments below. Last week, it was announced by Amazon that they're going to make God of War. Of course, I want to be Kratos, but I don't believe they would ever pick me for Kratos. I'm just too darn big. But there is a god that's bigger than Kratos, and that is Tyr, or also Thor. I asked my agent, "You have to pursue this for me." Amazon now knows me. Can Paulie play in God of War? That's one of my dream roles. He further expressed interest in Harry Potter and Marvel and shared the specific roles he'd love to try. Read his additional comments below. My other dream role is in Harry Potter. They're going to make Hagrid. That would be crazy. And I still have the dream to play Colossus in Marvel the human version. Those three are my dream roles I want to pursue. What Olivier Richter's comments mean: the bodybuilder, fitness model, actor has been in several big-budget movies, including Marvel's Black Widow, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, The King's Man, and Borderlands. In the TV world, Richters has appeared in Gangs of London in addition to the Ritchson-led series, which marks a career high for the actor. His performance as Paulie has not gone unnoticed, and with Reacher Season 3 spending a whole season building up to the final epic fight between Richters and Ritchson, it's very likely that Paulie will open some doors for the Dutch actor. In the modern era of reboots, revivals, and universe expansions, casting has become as vital to a show's success as its script or special effects. And in the case of Amazon's upcoming live-action adaptation of God of War, fans are watching every move with Olympus-level scrutiny. But one unexpected voice has entered the pantheon of casting chatter, and it's coming from a mountain of a man who already shook up another Amazon hit. Dominic Lombardozzi, who stormed onto the scene as the towering, terrifying Paulie in Reacher Season 2, has just sent social media into a frenzy. In a fiery, humorous, and oddly heartfelt video posted to his Instagram, the actor made a bold appeal: "Amazon, cast me in God of War." And he wasn't subtle about it. "There is a god that's bigger than Kratos," Lombardozzi growled to the camera, flexing dramatically in a gym while Wagner's Ride of the Valkyries blared in the background. "You've seen what I did to Reacher, and that guy's a damn tank. Now imagine what I'd do to a battalion of mythological monsters." Though many fans best know Lombardozzi from The Wire or Boardwalk Empire, it was his role as Paulie in Reacher, a hulking mercenary with shocking strength and a childlike emotional palette, that brought him back into the mainstream spotlight. In a show built on hard punches and harder men, Paulie was something else entirely, both a physical juggernaut and a surprisingly poignant presence. Now the man behind Paulie wants to trade in his tactical gear for a pair of Blades of Chaos. A fitting contender for the Norse world. Amazon's God of War adaptation has been confirmed to follow the 2018 soft reboot of the franchise, meaning the story will take place in the Norse realms, focusing on the older, beard-wielding Kratos as he raises his son, Atreus, and battles gods like Baldur, Freya, and eventually Thor and Odin. As of now, no official casting announcements have been made for the lead roles, though fan casting has been a full-time sport on Reddit and X, formerly Twitter. While Dave Bautista, Jason Momoa, and Christopher Judge, the voice of Kratos in the games, have all topped fan wish lists, Dominic Lombardozzi's sudden campaign adds a wild card to the deck. At first glance, he might not be the obvious pick, less Marvel glossy, more old-school grit, but that might be exactly what makes him interesting. Lombardozzi, bald, barrel-chested, and built like a wrecking ball, already carries a visual intensity that aligns well with Kratos' rugged, older iteration. But it's more than just the physique. His portrayal of Paulie, who is both a terrifying brute and a deeply vulnerable soul, mirrors the very duality that defines Kratos in the Norse saga. This isn't the angry, one-note god slayer of the early games. This is a man haunted by the past, struggling with fatherhood, grief, restraint, and redemption. And few actors in recent memory have walked that emotional tightrope quite like Lombardozzi. Fan support and memes follow quickly. Within hours of his post, fans had already edited trailers with Lombardozzi's face superimposed over Kratos, complete with dramatic voiceovers and snowfall effects. Some posted side-by-side comparisons of Paulie and Kratos, highlighting not just the shared body type, but the similarly haunted stares and grizzled beards. One viral comment read, "Paulie could lift a Jeep. Kratos is a Jeep. Coincidence? I think not." Another user joked, "He already fought Reacher and lived. Give this man the Leviathan axe." While there are still some skeptics who argue that the role needs a more recognizable star to anchor the show's ambitious mythology, others point out that Reacher itself proved star power doesn't always come from A-list fame. Alan Ritchson was best known for smaller roles in YouTube before transforming into the definitive Jack Reacher. Could lightning strike twice? More than just muscles. The interesting thing about Lombardozzi's campaign is that it doesn't seem to be purely tongue-in-cheek. Speaking in a follow-up interview with the fan podcast Amazon Warriors, he doubled down on his desire to bring Kratos to life. "I'm not trying to just be a meme," he said. "Look, I know the fans love the games. I get it, Kratos means something. He's rage, he's redemption, he's a father, he's a monster trying not to be. That kind of role? That's the stuff actors live for. And hey, if you need me to tear off Thor's head while giving a heartfelt speech to my son, I'll give you tears and tendons at the same time. That mix of physicality and earnestness might just be what God of War needs." The showrunners, Mark Fergus and Hawk Ospey, known for The Expanse and Children of Men, have already stated that they want a show that doesn't just mimic the action of the games, but brings real pathos to the screen. In other words, The Last of Us with more gods and axes. If that's the bar, then someone like Lombardozzi, an actor who can bring blue-collar gravitas and Shakespearean tragedy in the same scene, may be an ideal candidate. The power of fan-driven casting. We're in a cultural moment where fan support can actually move mountains, or at least studio decisions. Just ask Rosario Dawson, who lobbied for and eventually landed the role of Asaka Tano, or Simu Liu, who went from tweeting about Shang Kai to starring in the MCU. Lombardozzi may not have Marvel or DC behind him, but he has something arguably more powerful: recency. Paulie's showdown with Reacher in Season 2 was one of the most